Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another Elementor tutorial. I am the WPress Doctor and today we will be creating 5 beautiful coming soon pages. And we are starting right now. When you have logged in, you go to templates, we're gonna create a new, press add new. And here we're gonna create a template type, which is a page, and the name will be coming soon. Create template. And the first thing we do is we go to the settings of this page, right there, and we're going to change the layout to a Elementor canvas, right there. Now you can see it is beautiful, full white with no header and no footer. The first template we're going to create is really easy to get us going. So the first thing we will be adding is a heading, drag and drop it to there. And the text will be coming soon. Pretty easy, right? We're going to make it to a H1 and we're going to align it in the center. Then you go to style and we're going to change the text color to black right here. Then we're going to change the typography and we click over here and we change it to Poppins to make it pop. Then the style will be 60 pixels. Beautiful. Okay, now you always have to keep in mind how does it look on mobile, because 60 pixels is pretty big for mobile. And you click over here and we go to mobile and then we see that 60 pixels is a little bit too big for our mobile screen. So we're going to change it to 44 pixels. Beautiful. Then we switch back to our desktop view and we go to edit this section. Click on here, edit this section. But what I want to do is make this page full white. So we go to this one and we click on min height. What are we going to do? We're going to remove this 400 and replace it with 100 and we click on VH. If you don't see anything happening on your screen, press this button down and up again. Now you can see that it's beautiful full white. All right, let's go to our style. Then we go to background type. We're going to use a video. The video and all images we will be using during this tutorial you can find here. Follow this link, you can download a zip file with all the files we need today. If you want to add a video, you have to add it first to your media library. Now I don't know why you can't just click over here to place it in your media library. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, please let me know in the comments. But okay, we go to our media library. From your dashboard, you go to Media, Library, or Add New. And then we're going to drag and drop a file called skyscrapers.mp4. Click on it, and then you press Copy URL to Clipboard. Go back to your template editor, and then we just paste it in right there. Beautiful. Now we have the sunset on a skyscraper skyline with mountains and clouds. Beautiful. All right, let's add some more. Let's go to widgets, because there are widgets. They say elements, but here there are widgets. We're going to add a text, drop it down there and place in the text. Our website is being built right now by the lovely people of our business. And then we go to style. We go to text color. Let's make it black. And then we go to the typography. Let's change it to Poppins. And let's make the size of it 25 pixels. And of course, we're going to align it in the center. Oh, I made a mistake. It is our website. Okay. And then I want to have some social media follow buttons. So I go to Elements and then I type in social icons. Drag and drop it over there. And then we have by default Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And here you can type in the URL of your Facebook page. Now I don't want to have YouTube on this website, but I do want to have Instagram. So we're going to click on this icon and then you type in Instagram. And there it is. Press insert. And now it's there, but I don't like the official color they say. So I want to have a custom color. And the primary color will be more red. If you want to use the real logo, you can upload the SVG. And then we have to enable this one, and then you can upload the real SVG logo to your website. But we'll go with this one because I like it. Then we press publish, and our page is live. So when we go to the front end of our website now, always go in a private screen or incognito screen, and then we see that this is our website. This is not the page. We're going to fix it. Just go to your dashboard, and on the dashboard you go to Elementor, and you go to Tools, and then we have a maintenance mode. We click on choose mode, coming soon. And who can access this page? Only if you are logged in, you can see the real website. And we choose the template, coming soon. Press save changes. And now when I refresh my website, this is what we see. Our beautiful coming soon page, really easy, really simple, just to get you started. All right, let's create another one, which is a bit different and a little bit more advanced. We're going to remove this entire section, delete it. The first thing we're going to drag and drop is a divider. Drag and drop it over there. Let's change the style to double. And we're going to align it in center. And we're going to use a icon. Yes, I want the star. The star is beautiful. Then we go to style. And let's change the weight to 5. And we're going to change the gap to 25. That's beautiful. All right, the only color we want is white for this one. And also the color of the icon, we're gonna make the color also white. But now we can't see anything, so we're gonna change the background. We go up here, we go to our section editor. And again, we're going to change the min height to 100 view height. There we go. Then we go to style, we go to background type classic, and we're going to add in an image. And the image we will be uploading is called World Map. Press Insert Media. And there we have our beautiful world map. Now, while we're here, we can also make the background a little bit darker because as you see, it's a little bit too light for white content. So we're going to background overlay, and then we click on classic, and then we're going to change this color to black. And now we can just change the opacity however we want. So I want it to be 0.3. That's beautiful. Then we go back to elements. And we're going to add a heading just below the divider. And the heading will be coming soon. Let's make it H1 and let's center it on the screen. We go to the style. We're going to make it white, of course, beautiful. We're going to change the typography to, well, let's use Nunito for this one. And I want to transform it to uppercase. The size will be 60 pixels. And again, check it immediately on your mobile because 60 pixels is way too big for your mobile. So let's use 40 pixels on our mobile view. Then you go back to desktop. And what we're going to do is we're just going to duplicate this divider. Press on your right mouse, press duplicate. And you're just going to drag and drop it to below the coming soon. Then we're going to add another module, which is called the. Then we're going to add the social icons again. But this time we're going to give it a little bit of a twist. Because what I don't like is the style of these things right now. I want it to be white with no background. How are we going to change that? Well, just click on Facebook and change the color to custom. And then we're going to make it, this one would be transparent all the way. And the other one should be white. It's already white, so that's okay. I want only the letter F. So click on this. You go to all icons and you type in Facebook. There it is. Press insert. So what I don't want, if I click over here, I can close it. And I don't want to change all these. I'm just going to remove these. And I'm going to press duplicate. I'm going to change Facebook to Twitter icon. Insert. I'm going to duplicate Twitter again. And I'm going to change this Twitter icon to, for example, Instagram. Insert it. And now I also want to have a YouTube icon. Insert it. And why not just press duplicate and add a TikTok, all icons. Here we go. Insert it also. And there we go. Don't forget to insert your links right there, or else they won't do anything. That's becoming beautiful, isn't it? Now, what I do want to have up here is a countdown timer. However, when I search for countdown, this is what I see. You can only use it if you have Elementor Pro. If you're going to build your website in Elementor, and I think you're doing it right now, it would be the best choice to just buy Elementor Pro. How are we going to do that? Well, you go to wp.discount/Elementor and you press enter. And now you are at my WP Discount website. I have created this website with only one reason. I got really sick and tired of searching the internet for discount codes and coupons for plugins and themes and hosting companies. And all I found was these websites polluting the search engines only to get your click so they get the affiliate marketing, but there was no discount at all. Really, really, really frustrating. I created the w.discount website so you can always find the real discounts. I just say it when there is no discount because I like to be honest with you guys. So just press on go to the discount button. If you don't have any hosting, then the Elementor Cloud website would be a really good deal because it's only 99 euros for an entire year and you have Elementor Pro in it. So that's pretty good. If you already have hosting, just go to plugin and choose the plan you want. If you have one website, just use the essential plan. If you want to build more websites in the future, you can always use the expert plan or you can sign up later for more. We're going to buy the One Pro Essential plan. Press on buy now. We're going to add in all our details, enter our billing info, choose the payment method and buy Elementor Pro. After you bought it, download it to your computer. When you have downloaded, go to plugins, add new and press upload the plugin, select Elementor Pro and press install now. Then we're just going to press activate plugin. And then we go back to editing the template. You can easily go up here, edit template. And now when we go to countdown, you can actually see that it's enabled. So we drag and drop it. We're going to drop it in here. So the first thing you do is you're going to pick a date which you think is very good to finish your website. We go with 15th of April. It's great. And the actions after expire, I think this is a really neat feature of Elementor Pro. You can just hide the entire module when the countdown has been completed. So you never get a page where the countdown is 0 and there's still nothing there. This is an excellent feature. Let's go to style. We're going to change the background color and we're just going to make it fully transparent. This is way better. Then we go to the content. And we're going to style the digits. I think the color white is great, but I don't like the font. So we're going to change the font to Nunito because I really like the numbers of it. And we're going to change it to 60 pixels. Let's change the typography of the days, hours, minutes, and seconds to Poppins, just like the title below. This looks very nice. I think the size is great, but let's see how the size look when I go to my mobile view. Ha! The countdown timer is way too big. So we click on over here to close it. We go here to Nunito. We're going to change the size since we are in our mobile view to 20 maybe? Oh, that's too small. Let's go with 35. This is excellent. Switch back to desktop. Press update. And this is how it looks on the front end when I'm not logged in. I think it is beautiful. Since we have the hang of it, let's create another one. Let's delete the entire section and start over again. So what I now want to do is I want to have a picture on the right side and text on the left side. For that, we're going to use the inner section. Drag and drop it over here. We have now 2 columns. We're going to have text heading over there. So drag and drop your heading there. And the text will be, we are almost there. Let's make it H1. And we're going to leave the alignment on the left side this time. We go to style. Let's change the typography to, we're going to change the font to Nunito. And we're going to change the size to 50 pixels. That's awesome. the text color and we're going to make it white. We can't see it anymore. So we go into the section settings over there. We go to style. We're going to create a classic background. And we go to upload the image called product placement right there. And we're going to press insert media. Okay, as you can see, the size is way too small. So we go back to layout. We go to the height. We're going to change it to min height. And this time we're going to change it to 80 view height. All right, there. And we go back to style, because what I want right here is a shape divider. Click over here, go to the bottom. And what I want is the waves brush. Then we go to the background overlay and we click on classic. And on classic, we're going to change the color to a purple background like this. Yes, this is great. And then we go to opacity and we're going to make it more purple. I like this. Beautiful. Then we go to add an image. So we press over here and we're going to type in image or drag and drop it to there. And we're going to upload the iPhone 38. Press insert media. This is just a stock image created by iDropNews, but it's just fun to use. And on this image, I want it to fly in from the left. So we go to advanced, we go to motion effects, and we're gonna change the entrance animation to fade in left. Like that, that's great. And then I want the animation duration to be a little bit more slower. Yes, this is great. Okay, then we go back to the widgets and we're going to add a text editor to over there. And the text will be, the new iPhone 38 Plus is full of features faster than ever with an awesome folding screen and it can now finally feature cats. Let's style this. We're going to change the text color to white. And then the font should be also Nunito. Great. And we're going to change the size to 25 pixels. Okay, that's great. Then we go to add another countdown module right there. Countdown, drag and drop it to there. And well, this time I don't want to have the seconds. So I'm just gonna turn that one off. And then we are going to style it. We're going to change the background again to transparent, like so. And we're going to change the content. Change the numbers again to Nunito, and also the text. I want it to be Nunito, which is clear, and I want to transform it to uppercase. So this is awesome. All right, and when this timer is done, it has been expired, I want it to be a message, and the message will be available right now in stores. And let's style the message. Go to style, go to message. And here you can change the style to center it. And of course, make it white. And then we're going to change the font to Nunito. And we're going to make it 25 pixels. I can't really see it right now. Maybe I have to switch or something. If you know how, drop it in the comments. I would really love to learn it. What I want with a product placement is, of course, that some people can sign up to get some latest news or get ready for the pre-sales. So what we're going to do, we're going to add in a form, type in form. We're going to drag and drop it to there. And it looks really hideous with all these fields. So what are we going to do? We're going to first lose the labels, press this button right there. We're going to remove the message field because we don't want it. We're going to change the form name to opt-in. Then we go to actions after submit, and we want the actions to actually go to an email provider. So for example, now we go to MailChimp, and when you have pressed this button, another section will appear right there with MailChimp, and you can actually add in your API key by going to the settings of Elementor, and then you can choose your audience, which is your email list where this will go to. All right, let's change a little bit of this form. So we go to style, then we go to field, and then we're going to change the text color of the field to black, so it's more beautiful. And we change this one, of course, also to Poppins. And what I also like to change is the send I don't like send, but I want a different call to action. So I go to content, and in content we have a button called buttons. And what I do want to show here is, let me know first when it's available. I'm going to use an icon from the library. We're going to type an envelope, and we're going to use this one, press insert. So now you have this neat little icon right there. Then we scroll down, and we're going to add another inner section to this page, because we're going to create a little bit different down here. We're first going to add an image. Let's go with an image over here, because I want a word from my CEO down there. So we're going to choose the image. We're going to upload a file called man. Press insert media. There we have our beautiful man. Awesome. We're going to add a background image. So press on the edit section. We go to style. We go to classic. We're going to upload another image. Product placement 2. Just insert media. There it is, our beautiful background. And then we're going to scroll down, and we're going to add another one, which is called a heading right there. And we're going to add our text, which says, the best iPhone we have ever built. Go to style. We're going to make the text color black this time. The typography is going to be Poppins. And the size will be 50 pixels. And I want to align it on the right side. Oh, I forgot it. We go to content, and we're going to align it on the right side. And the H2 is perfect because it's not the first title. And then we're going to add another text editor beneath it. And then we're going to use a really great text which tells something about feeding cats with your iPhone. This text, we are going to style it. We're going to align it on the right side. The text color will be black. And the font we will be using will also be Poppins. And let's make the size, well, 20 pixels is enough. Then we're going to add another one. We're going to use a text editor, drop it in over there, because the name of this guy will be Johnny Bravo. And then we're going to align it. We're going to style, we're going to align it on the right side. We're going to make it red this time. And of course also Poppins. And the size would be 25 pixels this time. Then we're just going to click on this one and press duplicate. And we're going to change this text to CEO. And we're going to style it and change it to black. And make it just a little smaller this time. So 20 pixels. Then I want to move it a little bit more up. So we go to advanced. We go to the margin. We first unlink all the values. And on the top margin will be, well, let's say minus 35 pixels. And we press update. Johnny Bravo is a little bit too big, and I want the text to have more space. So we're going to drag and drop this column and slide it all the way to the left till you have, well, this looks great. Now the left side and the right side are almost equal. That's great. Update it. Then we're going to refresh our website. And now we have our beautiful coming soon page on the website. The best iPhone we have ever built. As you can see, it's still a little bit too big, so you have to make it a little bit smaller, but you get the point. Let's create another one which is even more beautiful than this. We're going to delete the entire section. Delete this section also, and this section. We're going to delete everything. And then the first thing we are going to add is the countdown. Add it in over here. What we only want to see is the days. So we're going to press this one, hide it, hide it, hide it. Now we only have the days. Let's go to style, and we're going to make it again entire transparent. Okay, then we're going to edit the section. Then we're going to change the height to a min height of 100 VH. You can see it, just click on over here. Then we go to style. We go to the background type, classic. We're going to upload a beautiful image of the elephant. Insert media. There we have it. We're going to quickly change this layout to 2 columns. We're going to add an inner section. Drag and drop this 30 days to over here. And then we're going to add a new one, which is a heading, and it says days before launch. We're going to make it an H1. We're going to align it on the left side. We go to style, and we're going to make it white. And we're going to change the font to Qfam right there. Let's make it 50 pixels wide. How does it look on mobile? Way too big. So we're going to change it to 25 pixels. Okay, switch back to your desktop view. And I want the days to be gone, so we're going to hide that one, the label. And then we go to advanced. And then we go to margin. We're going to unlink the margins. And we're going to, on the left side, we're going to add a negative margin of, of minus 250 pixels. And then we have to move it a little bit down to a top margin of 20 pixels. And let's give it a little bit more space. So 250, 240, 30 days before launch. Now it's excellent. All right, then we're going to add some more things. So this thing will be moved up. First, we're going to add some more text. How are we going to do that? Well, now I want below this section another intersection. All right, we're going to add some text over here, and the text will be, hi, we are Elephant. We make a big impact in the world. Now we're going to style it, of course, to make it white. As you might know, the font will be Qfam, and it will be the size of 60 pixels. And the weight I want to be 700, and that's really big. I think the line height has too much space between it, so we're going to make it 60. And I think the letter spacing should be -3. That's awesome. Okay. Then we're just going to duplicate this module, duplicate it, and then we're going to type in be great, be big, live, short, like this one. And then we go to advanced, and we go to margin, and I want to unlink it. I'm going to use a margin of 150 pixels on the top. Right there. This looks great. Okay, we're going to create something really nice. Then we go to elements, and we're going to add a divider. A divider below this one. Then we go to style, and I want the divider color to be absolutely transparent because we don't want to see it. But what I do want to add is a border. So we go to advanced, and here you go to border. And then we're going to add a solid border. And the border is actually 5 pixels on all sides. And the border color should be white, right there. And then we go to advanced, and we're going to give it a padding on the top of 100 pixels, on the bottom also 100 pixels. And then we're going to move this thing above the be great, be big, live, short. So you go to positioning, and then we're going to change the position to absolute. And then we can just drag it and place it over here. Be great, be big, live, short. And then I see that it's just a little bit too big, so I'm going to drag and drop. I'm going to drag this to over here. Now, the funny thing about this is that the 30 days before launch will be automatically updated, so that's great. The only thing I want to see right now to have, of course, a email sign up on the right side of my screen. So I'm going to elements, I go to form, and I drag and drop this form over here. And then we're just going to remove the message, and we're going to remove the labels. And this will be also, the form name will be opt-in. And then we're going to add the actions after submit. We're going to do it to MailChimp. And then you can, of course, change it over here. And the button should be notify me before you are live. And the icon library will be this time a rocket. Great, insert it. Awesome. And then I want this entire thing to go aligned with this thing. Well, the fastest way to do this is not to entirely drop this down using custom CSS. But what we're going to do is we're going to real quick add a new intersection over here. And we're just going to drag and drop this thing over there. And we're going to drag this entire thing over here, like this. So now you see, of course, that this thing has to be moved again. It's no problem. You just move it. And then we still have to move this one down. So we're going to edit it. And we go to advanced. We're going to unlink this. And on the top, like the left one, we had 150 pixels. So now it has been. When you're changing margins and things, always check on your mobile view how it looks. Because on mobile, now it looks not so great. So we're going to change all of this. On mobile, the margin top should be 0. First, we're going to drag and drop the divider to the right positioning in mobile view. So we're just going to drag it down here. And now when I switch to desktop, it's still on the place it should be. And on mobile, it's over there. But of course, you want to change the bottom to be more spacing, like so. I want it to be like this, but it's a little bit hard to change it, so make it smaller and then change it again, and then we place it over here, which is great. Then we go up, and we're going to change this one because the size is just enormous on mobile view. So we're going to change this to 50 pixels. We're going to change this to 40 pixels, and the line height on mobile should be 1 EM. And as you can see right now, that the days is completely gone. So we're going to edit the days, and we're going to change the margin, the left side on 0. So here we are, and now we can change the size of this to make it a little bit bigger because it is below the 30. So we're going to make this on mobile 35, and we're going to align it on the right side. And then we have 30 days before launch. Then the background, hold on, you go back there. And in the background, you can't see the elephant anymore. So how are we going to change that? We're going to change the section settings. Then we have the elephant. We're going to change the position to center, and there is our elephant back again. And then we change the size to cover, that it makes it a little bit more smaller, and then it fits better in our screen. Okay. As you can see on desktop, it's still the same. And this is how it looks on the front 8, the beautiful elephant, 30 days before launch. This will count down automatically. You don't have to do anything about it. Isn't that awesome? Let's create the last one, which is also a very beautiful coming soon page. It might be the best one. We're going to delete this entire sections. And the first thing we will be doing is adding a inner section to drag it in here. And now we're going to add a divider. Add a divider in there. Let's make it double. We're gonna make the size 100%. And we're going to change the weight to 4. That's beautiful. All right. What I want to do is add another column. So we are just going to duplicate this column right there. And we have another one. We're going to drag and drop this column to there. And we have 2. And we're going to go to add social icons in the center of it. Add social icons to there. We're going to remove all this one, and I want to style it from the start. So first I want a different icon. I want all icons, and I want this one. I'm gonna insert it. And we're gonna change it to custom. And of course, this will be transparent. And the other color will be white, black. And you're just going to duplicate the Facebook F. Then we're going to change this one to LinkedIn. And then we go to press all icons. And we're going to use this one. Press insert. And now we only have the letters, which I like. And we're going to duplicate this again. And then we're going to use a TikTok. All icons right there. And don't forget to add your addresses down there, of course. I'm going to duplicate it. We're going to use Instagram. And of course, we're going to duplicate it. And we're going to add, finally, we're going to add WhatsApp right there and insert it. Okay, and this looks great. And when we have completed all of them, we go to Style, and then we can icon hover. Then you go to hover animation, we're gonna make it grow. And now when you hover over it, all these things will grow just a tiny bit, which is really great. So what I want to do is I want to make it a little bit more wider. So we go to the select the intersection, and then we're going to do it full white, and the columns gap to extended, and the columns gap to no gap, and the vertical align should be changed to middle. Now they look perfect. And then we're going to change the section of the entire thing. We're going to change the section full white. Now this looks awesome. And then we're going to go to style. You go to background type, classic. We're going to add an image. We're going to upload the file forest. Insert media. We go to height. And of course, minimum height will be 100 VH. Click over here and here. Now it's beautiful. We're going to add another intersection. So what do? You just press on here and press duplicate. But we don't want to divide us any social media icons. So we're just going to press delete, also delete, and also delete. And then we're going to add an icon in the center. So we're going to type in icon. And we're going to drag and drop it over here. And the icon will be a tree, actually. Insert. Beautiful. We're going to style it. We're going to make it black over there. And we're going to make it a little bit more smaller, 35 pixels. That's great. Then we're going to add some text in. So we're going to we're going to text editor and add text editor right there. Text will be since. Then we're going to style it. We're going to align it on the right side. The text color should be black. And the typography, well, let's go with Roboto. Let's make it uppercase. And we also want to underline it. And then we're going to make it a little bit more bigger. 25 pixels is great. Then we're going to duplicate this one and drag and drop it to over there. And the text will be 1987. And this style will be aligned on the left side. Now I want these two to be closer to the tree. How are we going to do that? Well, you can actually just drag this one, go up there and drag this one, change it to there. Something like this. However, this is not perfectly aligned, it's just dragged. So just click on the settings of this intersection right here. And then we go to make it boxed, which change it, and then the white, just change the structure back to the 33, 33, 33, which is, now it's better. And we go to layout, and then we're going to change the white to, for example, 500. This looks great. Now I want to have more spacing on top. So we go to advanced, we go to margin on top, unlink them, and let's make this 500. Whoa, 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 whoa. And let's give it a margin of 150 pixels. Now what do? We're going to duplicate this thing, duplicate it, and there should be no margin on top of it, so delete it. We're gonna give it the margin of, well, let's say 25. Then we go to change this text, and it's called trees. We go to style, and I want this to be not underlined. So we go to change it over here to default. And I want more letter spacing between them. Put it on 6. And I want the typography changed to Poppins. Okay, let's make it 30. And we're just going to right click on it and we do copy. And then we're gonna right click on this one and we're gonna say paste styles, like there. And then we're gonna change this one to leaves. And then we're gonna remove the icon, delete. Then we're going to add another text editor. Do it there. And I only want to have a N sign right there. It's really small, so we're gonna adjust it to the center. Make it black. Change the typography. Roboto is good. Let's make it a little bit more bold. And let's make it 60 pixels. Or even 90 pixels. Trees and leaves. Oh, we have to change this one and go to style and align it on the left side. And then we're gonna add another row below it. So just go to the intersection, drop it in right there. and it only should be one column. So we're gonna remove this column, delete, and then we're gonna add a text editor, and the text will be some great text like simple, stunning, and unique. Go to style, I'm gonna make it black, align it in the center, and we're gonna change this font to make it 25 pixels, and we're going to make it uppercase. Well, not 25, let's make it 18 pixels right there. Then we go to advanced, unlink them all, and we go to margin top. We're gonna give it a negative margin of -30. Great. Then we're going to add another divider. So to make things easy, just press duplicate on this divider and drag and drop it over there. That's way easier. But I want it to be smaller, so we're going to edit it. Go to width, and we're going to change it to, well, let's align it to the center. Let's see how big we want it, actually. 15%. Great. And then also want an icon with it, a star. That looks great. Go to style, go to your icon. We're gonna make it also black. This looks really great. And then the final touch, of course, is another text editor below this one, which says our website under construction. We're gonna style it, just make it black, align it in the center, and make it bigger. And there we have it, guys. This is excellent. So this looks really great. However, I want this entire thing to move up. How are we going to do that? Well, it's pretty easy. We just go to this intersection, then we go to advanced, and we're going to unlink these margins. And we're just gonna give it a negative margin of -200 pixels. But I want this text to be a little bit more higher. So where did we change that? Well, so we go to this intersection and we go to change the margin on top to 0. Now this looks way better. So let's update it and let's see how it looks on the front end. Just refresh our old page. And now we have our beautiful coming soon page with all the trees and the forest. And if you now hover your mouse over it, you will see all these little details and it will just grow a little bit. It's just a finishing touch and that's just what I like. Alright, if I helped you out with this video, hit that like button, and if you want to see more videos about WordPress or Elementor, just subscribe to the channel. And as always, I wish you an awesome day.